Okay, so we can continue onward. Lots to do in the primordial depths. The steel garrote apparently are right here. There's also stuff up there I'm interested in. Let's start with this stuff. Back where we came from. Not that back though. This away. That is a hole that'll kill me, right? Oh yeah. So it's not this. How did you paint this? They have scaffolding? I mean that I get. What about this? And this? Like there's literally no way you can get up there. I mean they're like lizards. Maybe they can like stick to walls. No, I've never seen one stuck to a wall. Empirical evidence would disagree. Right? Nice little area here, I suppose. Hello? Dead people? Common swords, huh? Singed journal. A leather journal singed by fire and dusted with ash. We came to this spot in hopes of respite, but it doesn't seem as though we'll find it here. The Zoraps are relentless, following us closely enough to harry us but never finally committing to the attack. If I didn't know better, I'd say they were playing with us as if they consider us sport. With our injuries and exhaustion taking their toll, it would seem we have no choice but to stop running and make our stand. Zilid says we are as battle ready as we ever will be and hopes that the simple act of putting up a defense will convince the Zoras to turn and leave us alone. Yeah, no, it's as good a theory as any I might have, so that's what we'll do. Yeah, I don't think that's how it works. Man, I put up a defense all the time and they still attack me. Which is dumb considering how many I've killed, but I guess they don't know how many I've killed, right? I know how many I've killed. Hey, what do we have here? Ooh, get me up there, man. Little arch. I do enjoy these cool structures that they've got here. What I really enjoy is that they're all climbable structures too. That's what truly makes it fun. Now, there's a little spot here, otherwise we're done with this area around the northern warden tower. And then we'll head up north here. We're not going to go directly we're not gonna go directly to the steel garrote. That is the main mission. I have no interest in doing the main mission. Okay, is that why I can't get it? Because there's freaking lava there? Okay, no, I did get it. Okay, that's good. Look at this, some grog, bro. Have I ever, like, consumed grog? I don't think so. I have never partaken in the consumption of the grog. I do be collecting it though. You know I gotta be collecting it. Primordial Depths Party Camp. I would like to level up. Dream Troll Swarmer. Why do I wear an Aedyr?
I think I sprained my shoulder.
I think that dude was an Aedyr soldier, man. Outcast wardens. Okay, well, I have an eye of recommend.
Can anyone help us?
Oh,
Don't know who you are, stranger. But
almost
lucky
died.
you came past. One of our cohorts is dangerously ill.
Dream
We
Scourge?
have no resources, but you look like you might. Please, will you examine our friend and see if there's something you can do?
What happened to your friend?
Zoribs.
No.
They attacked us while we were out hunting. One got them pretty badly, and the wound was infected. Did what we could, but I don't think it was enough. Saka, we're wasting time talking, though. Will you help our friend? Our friend is in the tent over there. I'll join you shortly. There are arrangements to finish.
It's like an ambush or something?
Our friend is in the tent over there. I'll join you shortly. There are arrangements to finish.
Oh, 1 second, I gotta. Why are they hiding, bro? Why? What? There's like dead everywhere. Polished key. A letter home. Stellian, I don't know that you'll ever read this. I don't even know if my previous letters have been delivered now that I have been outcast. But I have made a little home out here. It's cold and hot and dusty and terrible, but it's fine. Would be better with you and the others here. Aside from that, the worst part is the Zorafs that seem to have taken an interest. Not that I blame them. Anything that protects you from the dust and ash storms are a luxury out here. I'm not too worried. Worst case scenario, they kill me, but that just gets me to the wheel faster and maybe back inside the keep. It's the only way back for me now. Either way. Spellblade's gloves, 10% parkour speed, item bonus, and Master of Poisons, 20% poison accumulation. These gloves were created by a Spellblade whose actual name is a mystery but was known simply as Quill. He considered himself a rival to Rust, a legendary assassin who once stalked the streets of Nekataka. Whereas Rust was purely a killer for hire, Quill would only accept jobs that fit within his loose but unshakable moral code. If a target did not deserve death in his eyes, he simply would not take the job. Though his preferred method was to get up close and personal using a conjured weapon through a spell of his own devising, Quill was no stranger to the clean efficiency of a poisoned bolt. Deathly pale dwarf. A strong stench of decay fills your nostrils. Upon examination, this dwarf is deathly pale and is not breathing. He has obviously not been alive for some time. There is no way the outcast would fail to notice. Yeah, it's a trap.
You know what the irony is? You wouldn't be in this situation if you were a bastard. We need your supplies.
Correct.
Unfortunately, we also need you to die. Can't have Solus keep hearing about us robbing people.
Correct. It doesn't have to be like this. Surely we can broker some kind of agreement. Yeah.
I'm afraid that's impossible.
Impossible.
I can't take the risk of you telling the wardens of Solus Keep. If they get wind of what we're doing, they'll kill all of us. Sorry, but I can't let you live.
Give him 10,000. What if I give you a coin? Your people know me. I've helped so many of them. Yeah.
You're the one the other outcasts have been talking about then. I probably should have guessed from the face. Get out of here. If anyone asks, you didn't meet a soul out here.
Great. Well,
Leave before I change my mind.
I'm still gonna open this shit. Tried to freaking kill me, man. Sure, they're desperate, but like that's a little too drastic, don't you think?
Leave before I change my mind.
Maybe I should have killed them. Pretty sure that they deserved it. They did try to rob me, and I can go tell on them. It's gonna be like, hey, do you know like a group of your people are just like being absolute pieces of shits and like, killing people or trying to kill people on the high road? Because yeah, that's happening. That's not good. Maybe you're being hounded by Zoraps or whatever. Not really a good enough excuse to just do whatever the hell you want.
We've got company.
So I'll just kill whoever I can see, man. If you attack me, then you're also dead. Here the Zorap side has been pretty decimated. So have the undead. Neither side won. Who won? I did. But I leveled up too. Eye of Rigament, actually very useful in this area. Do I have just an ability point? I mean, I say just an ability point. Ability points are pretty good. We do need them. We can reduce stamina cost of dodge by 35%. We can unlock critical hit chance. I don't really care about chance though. Can deflect arrows. Let's become even more evasive. Reduce stamina cost of dodging by 35% and then 50%. 50% kinda insane, huh? Yo, the superb axe. A box with more stuff. Soul jerky. I get that they are fighting for resources or whatever, but like maybe they're just fighting because they're both vicious creatures. It's also possible, man. They're not known to be like peace-loving creatures as Zoraps, or they can be like mind controlled. One dude was mind controlling Zoraps, if I remember correctly. We killed him though, because he was like, "I'm gonna kill all Animancers using my Zorap army." I'm like, no, so we don't want that. The hell is this? Elder Grigor. Hello, Elder Grigor. Apparently your ass is up here.
We must leave.
We must
We
leave.
can't. No, we can't.
But Elder Grigor can't fight them.
No, probably not. But you know who can? It's me.
We
Monk.
must leave.
We can't. No, we can't.
But Elder Grigor can't fight them. We must leave.
Again?
We must leave.
Again, okay.
We can't. No, we can't.
But Elder Grigor can't fight them.
What are you guys on about? No talking? Okay, no talking. That's fine.
They were sick. Just sick. Their faces, their bodies. changed.
Spare the wears a glance.
They were sick. Just sick. Their faces, their bodies changed.
Merchant Alonia.
Ah, thank the gods. You're the first customer I've seen since this nasty business here started. Anyway, you looking to buy something?
Are you not bothered by what's going on here?
Bothered? Yes. Concerned? No. I am capable of handling myself. Don't you worry. The concern's appreciated, but I've got mouths to feed. Namely, my own. We all do what we have to do. Besides, better a death that people talk about for years to come than, starvation. So, care to take a look at my wares?
God, she's got stuff. Gems, some weapons. That's about it. You got Threads of the Faithful, light armor unique, holy radiance. You and your companions slowly regenerate up to 50% max health, and litany for the faithful. You and your companions deal 10% more damage. Yo, it's some freaking good armor. These once fine robes are worn and tattered, though that does little to take away from their majesty. They were originally worn by a devoted scholar priest of Magran who possessed strange and unnatural abilities to read from and speak directly to the minds of other living beings. Though his name is lost to time, the name of his town of birth, Siano, is not. The town was the epicenter for a strange, unexplainable event that ended with the disappearance of every living inhabitant save for this scholar priest. Some believed that their souls lived on in him, making him a strange amalgamation of all that once inhabited Shiano. But this is almost certainly a tall tale, stranger things have been known to happen. Take the Aedyr Bane, it's expensive but worth it. Do I want Threads of the Faithful? It is light. Actually, it lowers my stamina. What I currently have is also light armor. Damage reduction. The reload speed is really what the only reason I'm holding on to it. I mean, 50% health, that's good. And then also it's already legendary, so I won't be wasting Aedyr Bane on it. And then 10% damage. I think 10% damage is what 75,000 is all I'll have left though. I'll have no money. Greaves of Exalted Stride. 10% resistance to poison and bleed as item bonus, and Exalted Stride. You and your companions receive 20% move speed. A common problem for heavily armored warriors is that foes in lighter armor can easily outrun or outmaneuver them. To counter this problem, the arcane knight Freza Aedyr erected, etched, and enchanted these greaves personally. Being able to keep up with enemies alone was not enough. She wanted to ensure that her entire squad could do the same. These are the end result, much to the shock and dismay of lightly armored warriors relying on their superior agility to keep them safe. Dreams of Exalted Pride. And the Gamberson of the Great Empire. That it does look sick though. Threads of the Faithful. 10% damage, huh? So I'm only taking it for 10. Now 10% damage in any other case would be great. What about my greaves? What greaves am I using? I'm using Shadow Dancer's boots. 40% more dodge distance, ephemeral evasion. 60 max health, power damage with melee weapons, stamina regeneration rate, experience smaller hit reactions, dexterity, maximum health, resolve and stamina, the glimmering merchant, which is what I had before, intellect and perception, dodge distance and move speed, dexterity and dodge distance. Those are also pretty good actually. Valiant boots, fusion, just move speed. Damn,
I have wares.
you have good ways too, but I don't know.
At least we got out alive. At least we got out alive.
Go clean out whatever you got.
Outlanders, help us! Outlanders, pray, be our deliverance! My books! You must help us, Outlanders!
Yeah, I will. Don't worry. First of all, I gotta scout out the area. Oh,
You, by the gods, deliver us! They've gone mad. They're destroying everything.
just point me at the action. I'll take care of it. Slow down. Who has gone mad? To be honest, I'm surprised I've not met more mad dwarves in these wastes. Slow down. Who has gone mad?
My monks. If they are my monks anymore, I fear they've lost themselves totally. They've changed. Their faces and hands, their screams. They're ripping our books apart.
I can forgive a lot of things, but I draw the line at destroying history books.
I've lost my monks and most of our books. Over the last several months, books about the garden were already going missing. But the Book of Oaths and the Book of the Before, we must hold on to those.
What about your monks? Don't you care about them? Why are these texts so important? Yeah, why are they so
The
important?
Book of Oaths is our living history, where the duty of every dwarf in Solus has always been marked. It is sacred. The Book of the Before is by Nandru himself. Every other work by him is accounted for, except this one.
What about your monks? Don't you care about them?
They are already dead. But the texts, our past and future that outlives us all, they can still be saved.
What is this about missing books?
We've had several go missing, all to do with the garden. Gods only know what's happened to them.
Fine,
I
we gotta
can't
find
believe
them.
It's theft, but we've never lost any before. Not in this number, at least.
Alright, I'm on it.
We recently brought the Book of Oaths to the parapet. It should still be there. And the Book of the Before should be in the main library. Now go, please. We've already lost so many precious texts.
Alright. Oh.
The books, for Nandru's sake. Do you have them?
I'll come back to you, 1 second. Eliminate every dream thrower at the monastery is optional. There are people cowering around here. Alright, we can walk in front, but I'll not spend lockpicks on that.
Keep quiet.
Warmer. Priest. Barbarian kept his constitution, huh?
That's all of them.
We will be looting our way through this place. Anything and everything the monks left behind is now mine. Okay. The front gate. Monk's journal. This seems to be the journal of for a monk named Vadim. The entries mostly detail a mundane life at the monastery, but the final entry catches your eye. I don't understand what's happening here. Last week, one of the initiates threw a book in a fit of rage, but I was in the room with him, and we had been working in silence until then. Elder Grigor swooped in to give him an earful, but then it was over, and I didn't think I could ask more. And I don't know this initiate. Maybe they are prone to anger, I thought. Then Sorin started picking fights, talking about trees and how the gardener is angry. I don't know who he means. We all take turns in the garden. It feels like we are all walking on eggshells now. Even Elder Grigor seems off, distracted. He said all is well, but I saw some of the guards and other monks carrying weapons. I stole a knife from the kitchen too, just in case. It just feels like we are sitting on a powder keg. The monastery has always been peaceful, so peaceful and welcoming. Now I can't even sleep at night for fear of something. Writing of Serena Fire. In the hope for the renewal of solace, the scholar Serena, who is called the Strict, presents these flakes to the families of the keep, that they might by debate and dissemination be knapped into sharp points. When our founder Nandru said, "Do not alter what I have taught you," he intended that we live our entire lives in accordance with his teachings. The people of Solace have turned away from Nandru's word because the stone where the word was carved has been lost. But the word was never in the stone, the word was in the people. It is the responsibility of the people to rebuild the broken world. The word of Nandru instructs us to build a mighty fortress and to marshal our power within it, that it should stand even when the world's foundations quiver. Therefore, it is a responsibility of the people to rebuild the might of this fortress even as we rebuild the world. Obedience to the word of Nandru is false unless it is accompanied by investment in the world of Nandru. That is labor in service of Solace. To divest from Solace is to disobey Nandru. There should be no wealthy in Solace until Solace is wealthy again. The paid exemption to Corvée should end unless the payment goes to fund the Corvée. There should be no safe in Solace until Solace is safe again. The paid exemption from service in the wardens should end unless the payment goes to fund the wardens. Neither station nor birth nor status of the quarter should exempt anyone from labor in service of Solace. There should be no word of Nandru except the word that is practiced. There should be no written word that overrules the word that is spoken. Great. The body of law that has been recorded since the day of Nandru in the interpretation of Nandru's life and teachings wishes to say the lessons of Nandru has no legitimacy and should be closed unread. The strength of Solace is in Solace. Citizenship cannot be purchased but only earned through works. It is said among some kith that tradition for tradition's sake stifles change. Indeed, steel must bend lest it shatter, but does the ship keep its keel only for keel's sake? Yea, the keel stifles change so that the ship will not overturn. Does the foundation keep its cornerstones only for corner's sake? Yea, the cornerstone stifles change, so the wall will not topple. In all things, Nandru's word prefers the tested way to the untested. We are all sorely tested, and we must return to the tested way. The word of Nandru should not be reserved for the literate. All should have equal access to the word. The right to serve upon the council should not be conditioned upon knowledge of the written lessons, but only upon knowledge of Nandru's word as it is spoken. The first use of the smithy should be to arm and armor Solace. The last use should be ingots for trade. Any smith who is held in debt bondage to a trading family and who practices Abaddon's craft to pay down that debt should be released. That debt should be annulled. Well, that's good. The penalty for placing oneself before Solace should be service. Those who believe they can be exempted from the work of defending and building Solace because of their wealth or heritage should be the first slain in battle and set the deepest in the mines. But for those of wealth and heritage who place Solace before themselves, there should be recognition and reward, as there is recognition for the keystone and the lintel and the column. They are the columns of Solace, they are the keystones and the lintels. Those who interpret the word of Nandru from the lessons of Nandru and the custom of the law are the enemies of Solace. Those who seek the word of Nandru and the spoken teachings of Nandru are the heart and hand of Solace. She was super into, don't care about the word at all, about the written thing, only care about what the word is. Diary of a Merchant. The two most recent entries in the Merchant's diary paints a disturbing picture of the living archives, the monastery within Galawain's tusks. The strange lethargy has lingered over the borders for some weeks, the elder tells me. They seem to fall at random to this malady. Gods, no, I wish I could have the chance to sleep as much as the sleepers do. At least I'll have a good beer brewed by the brothers before bed. The brothers barred the door to our room. The sleepers aren't fucking sleeping now. Something happened to them. They're trying to break the door down. We are going to have to make a run for it. Nandru, get me back to Solace Keep. Won't get back to Solace Keep, probably. Living Archives Courtyard Key. Spiced beetle sausage. Soul sponge. Okay, that is the front gate. Door is barred. Keep the doors closed for now. Don't want the monsters sneaking out. Eliminate the dream thralls in the courtyard. Get out of here, Arquebuser. Now this fighter is getting pummeled. Okay, the courtyard is ours. Glasswood branch. This strange material appears to be some sort of clear petrified wood. It is as strong as iron and where its transparent sap touches skin, there is slight tingling sensation. A lot of people died here. There is soul sponge. Slagheart means that slagheart melons. There are not many people were here either. It's interesting. We are getting legendary upgrade materials, which is nice. Kraken horn grows in the water. Soul sponge. Fenning. Yeah, and that's the front gate, and that goes straight out into the back building.
Thank you. Oh,
Novice Dolna,
thank you.
you're alive?
You're a blessing, envoy. Thank the gods.
We'll take care of the dream cross, don't worry, you shouldn't be able to run through to the others outside. Yeah.
No, I can't. Not yet. I need a book.
Great.
Once I have it, I can get out of here and start my life again in Solus. It's called The Book of the Before. Have you seen it?
The book of before, that's the one Elder Grigor requested, yeah.
He what? Oh, no. Please, no. You've got to give me the book instead.
Great. Why do you need this badly? What will you give me for it? Why shouldn't I give it to him? Why do you need it so that badly?
Oh,
Yeah.
I read it often when I first became a monk. It inspired me. I want it as a keepsake.
Keepsake.
Besides, no one else read it. No one would notice it missing. Please, just find it and bring it back. It should be somewhere in the archives proper. I'll make it worth your while. I'll be here when you've got it.
Sounds desperate.
What?
No way she's not up to something.
Yeah.
Have you got the Book of the Before?
What's in it for me?
A lot. If I can make it out of here with that book. Come on, do you have it or not?
Don't. You will give me a lot. He was hanging around in here. When everyone else was like running away.
Who disturbs us?
I disturb you. Who the hell is making that horrible noise?
Who disturbs us? Invaders in the garden.
Okay, there goes the Dream Thrall Barbarian. Yeah, actually is not for melee fighting. We can loot later. Ah, that's all the Dream Thralls here. Not last very long, I'll tell you that much. The Blacksmith Knights, a short history of the Knights of the Crucible. If the blacksmith fails, the armor fails. If the armor fails, the soldier falls. Old Run Steinhall, first guild master of the Knights of the Crucible. The Knights of the Crucible have one of the most fascinating and rich histories in all of Eora. Currently holding a position as an incredibly influential group in the Deerwood, they come from humble beginnings. There may not be a single person in all the Deerwoods who knows exactly how much they owe to the Knights. The group has existed for years, long before they even came to be known as Knights. They started as a group of blacksmiths, led by Olden's Horde, whatever, who came together to form a guild. Or Aldrun felt it imperative for the members to unify, sharing their knowledge through the guild in order to keep the skills and techniques they had spent their lives perfecting. He called the guild the Crucible, insisting that though their work was used for destruction, they should always be remembered as creators. They would be known as a vessel, the vessel that withstands the fire to deliver new form into the world, forged in the fire and all the stronger for the tribulation. Aldrin, being a veteran of many battles, knew the importance of impeccably made armor and weaponry. He also espoused the necessary for members of the guild to be trained in martial combat. The only true way to make a proper suit of armor is to be the one who must wear it. Orlan led the guild for years, instructing a policy that any man who wanted to join must not only be a skilled blacksmith, but also take the time to learn how to hold himself in battle. He added a training ground to their guild hall, and there was scarcely a minute of daylight that didn't see members out on the field, honing their fighting technique. Because of this, the guild earned the name Knights of the Crucible. They became a de facto militia for the Deerwood, an honorable group that many turned to for help. They were known to be fair, ethical, and quick to respond. The knights chose Abaddon as their patron, dedicating their works to his name. To honor him, they incorporated his symbol into their own and wore it on their arms. Many of the knights took this honor further, regardless of what material a suit of armor was made from. Something on the right arm was made with iron, celebrating Abaddon's moniker, the Iron Arm. Both of these traditions are followed by some of the knights to this day. The knight smithing skill led them to be known throughout the land as the premier artisans of their craft, leading people to call any item of exquisite quality of the crucible. Their training and dedication truly came into play during the War of Defiance, locally known as Hardret's Rebellion. Orlan, knowing the importance of winning this war, sent out a call. All able-bodied knights were to join the militia. They quickly proved invaluable to the cause and helped turn the tide of the rebellion. This was particularly true in the Battle of Defiance Bay. Admirth had already been lost in a previous battle, and morale for the Davudian militia was falling. With the help of grandfather astrologers, the knights were able to rout the imperial forces and secure victory for Deerwood. The new duck, grateful for the help and knowing that without the knights Deerwood would never have survived, made a decree. The knights would thenceforth be welcomed into the duck's castle and become his official royal guard. In recent years, the crucible aspect has fallen by the wayside in favor of knights. The requirement of the members to be proficient in both smithing and martial combat has loosened to the point that anyone who applies is guaranteed entrance, even if they possess little or no smithing experience. This is an allegation that is vehemently denied by the knights. Great. It was a great order, and well, it's not so anymore. Any more books and stuff for me? Glasswood branch, essence potion. Burned bounty list. A parchment found by a fireplace in the living archives. It is mostly but not completely burnt. Dolna, in exchange for the following text, supreme rewards you shall and a return to the keep. Bounties. Much of this list is burned. The following legible. Memories from the garden acquired. Records of the construction of the bridge to the garden acquired. The book of the before. Forja, or the world beneath the keep acquired. Blueprints of the sluice acquired. Original surveys of the mines of Fort Merja acquired. Nandru and the garden acquired. Okay, so she was the one collecting these books for them, stealing and probably giving it to the Steel Garrod. Psalm to Vorica. Ye exiles, ye broken, fear not the vengeance of the burned queen. She watches from her throne, ever vigilant. She hears the oath thou dost speak at her altar. She hears the oath that thou speaketh in thine home. She hears the oath thou speaketh in the dark. For ye who would keep thy word, thou shalt escape the justice of her gaze. Beware, ye liars, ye unfaithful. Beware ye with hardened heart. Beware, for the eye of Vodica will not be blinded. She hears the sundered oath. She is not fooled by the winding path. She attends the broken promise. She sees the deceiver. There is no shadow too dark. Her gaze will find thee. Her justice will not be restrained. The fires of justice will never be quenched. The throne will crack, the law will burn. But the queen that was always will be. Speak not an untruth, or thy tongue will be bound. Remember thy place, remember thy nose, remember thy queen. Boudica is kind of crazy, eh? Right, so she is applying steel garrote. Steel garrote are my direct enemies. Therefore, I shall not be helping her. Meditations on the garden. A thick text written in Paragunan runes, copied across its manifold pages of poems, tracts, and stories that have been collected from across generations. The garden is something different for each of us, a secret duty handed down by our forebears, a responsibility without hope for reward, a glorious glimpse at something beyond our imagining, a place where our most intimate dreams can come true, a paradise where fresh water flows like lava, or where crops grow unburdened by sulfur and ash, a playground where laughter blows like wind, or a silent sanctuary to soothe the faithful soul. Some say a god lies there, while others believe it is a trick played by our ancients to give us a reason to live in this furnace. There isn't just one garden, but many, one for every soul that has ever served it, defined by our hopes and dreams and darkened by our regrets. Garden is probably a famous topic. They are here to protect the garden. That's kind of like their purpose or whatever. Excerpt from the Sermon of Struggle. Choice is a luxury we earn through peace. Struggle is our fundamental nature. Even when our war banners sit idle, mankind foments strife. Friends argue with fists, lovers kindle jealousies, merchants compete with lies. Wherever mankind goes, struggle follows. Margaret is goddess of fire and war, not bloodshed and conquest. Or many in Red Series would tell it differently. How bitter they must be that Margaret's priests were able to destroy a god made manifest. How bitter indeed. We who worship Margaret are not addled barbarians or cloistered mystics. We are soldiers, armorers, watchmen, and bodyguards, artisans of conflict and protectors of our families and flags. We do not salivate for battle. We view war as unwelcome. But struggle is our fundamental nature. We do not pray for strife. We pray for the wisdom to resolve it quickly. We do not wish for war. But when it inevitably must be fought, we find divine ecstasy in its discipline, efficiency, and excellence. Margaret, guide us to the battle that is just and fair. Let us be your fire that burns away the profane, leaving only the righteous. If struggle is our fundamental nature, let victory be our inevitable state of grace. Alright. Everyone has their own writings and texts, all the gods. And this is the book of the before. A well-loved tome, rendered brittle by age. It was written by Nandru, founder of the Solace Keep. The ruins of those who came before are to be found all throughout the living lands. Those who came before must have had the entire isle under their control. Right? Building such wonders must have taken centuries of work. They are found beneath even Solace itself. These were the people who thrived until they did not. Yes, these lands are beset with evils, and yes, the beasts that roam and the plants that grow are cruel. But such a people as those who came before could not have been brought low by mere beasts or a putrid fungus. Only a spiritual rot could so destroy a people. So I pray to Boudica for guidance. So I pray to preserve my soul from the true evil of these lands. The true evil I'm starting to feel is the freaking god, but well, she's just she doesn't know what she's doing. It's the problem. Look, man. Meditation on the garden. I'm not giving it to your ass, by the way. You're working for the steel garrote.
Envoy, the book! I need the book!
Uh-huh.
Have you got the book of the before?
I found a list of stolen books with your name on it. Can you explain?
Wait. I don't know anything about it.
Uh-huh.
Think hard before you get yourself exiled. That attitude won't go far in Paradise.
Please, just give me the list.
Who's the buyer? You're the thief. You're the one who's been stealing all the books. I think Elder Gregor needs this more than you. Who's the buyer? Tell me what you know.
No, I can't do that. Just give me the damn list.
You're the thief. You're the one who's been stealing all the books, aren't you?
Me? That's an insane accusation.
think Elder Grigor needs this more than you.
No. Please don't.
I'll think about it. Yeah, you're getting sent to hell.
Try not to breathe too deeply.
I am going to give these to Elder Grigor. You have caused enough damage. Plus you're helping my enemies, so can't really help you in good conscience. Even if there is some money in it for me, money is whatever. Now obviously I'll give you the best gun in the game, then I might think about betraying. Holy shit, you are loud. Okay. Yo, blast this barbarian, thank you. Electrify him.
Nice job, everyone.
Living Archives courtyard key. A gnarled iron key, old and weathered. Well, I broke into the courtyard, so do not need that. Grenade, axe. Food. Ah, the backpack was making noise. Okay, we have a whole group of them here. Where you going, priest? You make it look easy, don't I? Oh, there's... Didn't see you there. Exceptional sword, huh? Alright, there's scaffolding up here. Cave Coral, Book of Oaths. From Solace Keep we watch the garden, from Galavin's Tusk we watch Solace Keep. From our birth until our death we uphold our duty, we honor those who uphold our mission and reject those who do not. For now and forevermore we are wardens of Solace Keep. The next several pages have been torn out, leaving only line after line, page after page of signatures. These are the names of the Paragunan and Solace Keep who pledged themselves to Nandru's word. Yeah, to his word. Not to his text. Eliara's Grimoire and Aedyr Bane. Eliara's Grimoire. Spirit lands full of Eora, freezing pillar, and meteor shower. Eora was a wizard of some renown that made a name for herself during the War of Defiance. She graduated from the Braganol Academy with distinction and with barely a moment to rest, boarded a ship for the Eastern Reach. Tensions were already high when Eora arrived, and it was only a few months until the war broke out. Still loyal to her empire, Eora fought on the side of the adherents to great effect. Entire squads of enemy soldiers fell to her powerful evocations, but eventually her life was claimed by the war, as so many others had been. Stash that in the our stash. Oh, I stashed an Aedyr Bane. Well, what I wanted. It's a good place, so you can sit here and read. The ash of the volcano is pretty close though, so I don't know how nice it would be. Oh, and I've killed all the dream thralls apparently. That's cute. There's nothing up here? No books or nothing? Elder Grigor's notes. A number of notes here detail the thoughts of the monastery elder in recent days, mostly musings about the state of things at the monastery. A few things stand out. The telescope has been broken for weeks now. At some point, a new initiate from Solace dropped the main viewing lens and shattered it. The glasswork is very precise and the eyepiece itself enchanted. Replacing it will be a nightmare. Supplies are currently in a state of excess. A merchant has taken up residence here in the monastery and has been facilitating the trade of old relics retrieved from a sealed-off chamber in the bastion, which has recently been unsealed, revealing many weapons of war that were of no use to the monks. The volcano has been more active recently. It hasn't stirred like this in many years. It's like a bad omen.
What a marvel.
Now
The
this,
scholars in Ishamato would salivate at the chance to use a telescope like that.
it is pretty cool looking. Novice Dolna's key. Is this what you would have given me if I had... Remember, one of the pieces is shattered apparently. Well, this area has been cleared out. I ain't giving it to the lady. Okay? She's a thief who is helping the steel garrote. Now, there was scaffolding up there. Why not use that? Like an expressway down, plus you never know, there might be some stuff here. Alright. Open up the doors. Elder Grigor.
The books. For Nandru's sake, do you have them?
Give him the burnt list. I found this in the library. Donla's been stealing your books.
What is that? Let me see. This is every book that's gone missing. Dolna, were you so unhappy here that you had to do this?
The damage is probably done, but at least you can deal with the ones responsible.
I'll take care of this. I will inform the guards. They will imprison her and... Ugh, it did not have to be this way.
Did you know anything about this?
No. It's a shock to me. I still can't believe it. But, well, there you are.
I have the books right here. Take them.
Thank the gods. Let me see them. Mostly intact. Yes, the Book of Oaths is mainly intact, and the Book of the Before. Our work of rebuilding begins now. I hate to be curt, but I must ask you to leave us now. May this token show our
2,100.
thanks, and may Nandru's blessing find its way even to you.
Alright, we did not do that. She will be imprisoned now.
Hard to countenance that Dolna was a traitor.
She was.
Shame. It's all a great shame.
Probably makes sense.
I know she was not happy here, but to sell off our books like that.
To whom though?
A shame. It's all a great shame.
Who was she selling the books to is what I want to know. Pretty sure it's the steel garrote. Books are gone, so... You're dead.
What have you done to me? You've damned me, envoy. You have no idea what you've done. The list. Oh gods.
Uh-huh.
What have you done to me?
You will now face the consequences of your actions. It's a token, it's a keepsake. Yeah, it's just for my interest. Come on.
Worthy of a godlike scout's honor.
They should have never died.
They did.
They should have never died.
So,
We'll do our best to honor them.
oh yeah, Elder Grigor. Alright, merchant.
We don't see many outsiders visiting the archives. It's mostly wardens here. I try to keep a useful stock for them. That means I'm not selling you medical supplies, just in case we need them. But I've got the other things.
Yeah, I know. I have stuff too. Stuff from inside the tower. You probably sold some of this. Not. There you go. Threads of the Faithful, man. They look sick as hell. And they give more damage reduction, but then I get less stamina. Yeah, I don't know.
I have wares.
The Living Archives. There's tool and then Ash Forest Outpost. Well, I think we're mostly timed out here as we enter the Ash Forest.
Who goes there?
Hello, Eora. Don't worry, your place is safe.
Thanks the gods. You're just flesh and blood, the same as I.
Yep, come now. Are you really so unfamiliar with outsiders that you mistook us for monsters? Of course, if flesh and blood, what else would we be? Ghosts? Yeah.
If you spent as much time in the ashes as I have, you'd not speak so lightly of the spirits. They come at night, you see. The blights, the whispers in the dark, the undead there in the shadow of the mountain. It isn't natural, none of it. And yet I'm made to be out here alone, with each plea for a transfer, or at least some company, denied.
I don't have time for talk of spirits. I leave you to the haunted wastelands then. Who did you piss off to get an assignment out here? Is there anything I should know about the Ash Forest to explore it? What is your duty here? Anything I should know?
Don't, is my advice. My mandate keeps me here, but you? Well, it's your decision. You publicly agree with Councilman Kostya one time, and suddenly, you're a pariah forced into the wilderness alone.
Time to think and meditate on what you've done. They're trying to be kind, I suspect. Yeah.
You have an odd opinion of kindness, Outlander. I didn't deserve this. And you know what? Maybe Kostya was correct. Maybe our oath to Nandru will doom us. Maybe we're going to die because we care more about a dead symbol than real people. Anyway, I've been talking too much. I need to return to my duty. Forgive me for cutting our conversation short.
Alright.
It does me a world of good to see a friendly face. Thank you.
Right.
Be watchful out there.
But like
It does me a world of good
the
to see a
freaking
friendly
archives
face.
is right there.
Thank you.
Could argue you're just here to. Well, that's a wraith.
On your left, dear.
The what? Shade. Yeah, lots of undead here. Need to upgrade this gun. There you go. Cleanse this little bit of the ash forest at least. Your job I'm doing, by the way. Look at that. There are these freaking walls even here. They're godless, man. Maybe this was the dwarves, like the original dwarves. It's possible. They did seem to be kind of very good at what they did. There's this whole courtyard here. Crumbling plaza.
Child's play.
Hiding a chest from me, man. This Mount Forja. Bunch of godless ruins. Yeah, apparently this area is marked as unexplored. We'll run over there. You know what? We'll look at the Crumbling Plaza before we end the episode. Why not? Hello, monk.
Oh, a traveler. Just my luck. I've got something to ask you, though.
All?
I think I've come across the discovery of a lifetime. At least I will if I can figure out this puzzle, which I cannot. Can you help me?
You're very informal for a Paragunan.
It's
Yeah.
all the alone time in the living archives. You end up reading some really good books. Anyway, it's like this, though. I'm in search of an oasis of fertile land and lush vegetation. I followed the energies all across the tusks, and I'm sure this is where I'm meant to go. My elders called it a waste of time. I'll show them. You and me, though. We'll show them you can find green in the tusks.
Is that a euphemism?
What? I am here on very important business, you know.
I don't
The
think so.
texts say that there are traces still of that miraculous work and an oasis remains. Except I can't get inside. I don't understand the mechanisms protecting the inner chamber.
What do you think the sigils mean?
I'll be honest, though. I'm not very good at ancient languages. I just enjoy the ancient stories. However, activating these sigils should reveal the oasis we've been looking for.
I'll see what I can do to help.
Will you? Oh, thank you. They said it was a fool's errand, but we'll show them, won't we? I'll be waiting right here. Be sure to let me know if you find anything, all right, though?
Yeah, I don't know.
How goes the puzzle solving?
I'm working on it. But it should be easy enough. This is a basic electrical puzzle. Broken fragment of an Aedyr tablet. This ancient stone fragment contains rough etchings and what appear to be Aedyr inscriptions. Time have worn away most of what was chiseled on the stone. However, it is still possible to make out a lone figure standing in front of what appears to be an altar wrapped in wine. Okay. Hallowed Haven. And he was right about the oasis. Superb sphere. Fragment of an Aedyr tablet. This ancient stone fragment contains rough etchings and inscriptions in Aedyr. Time and weather and whatever destroyed the original tablet have worn away most of what was chiseled on the stone. However, it is still possible to make out a lone figure giving thanks in front of what appears to be an oasis enclosed in a cave. And this is the oasis. Monk?
How goes the puzzle solving?
Solved it.
It's real then? The Oasis? I can't believe it. I mean, I never had any doubts, but at the same time, I must get in there to investigate. The elders must bow to my wisdom now. If you'll excuse me.
Alright, keep walking. There's more to this place. Obviously, you're out here, you're gonna do something. Uh-huh. What's up?
Green life everywhere. Green life and clean water. This is paradise.
The oasis belongs to the outcasts, not you. You should tell Solace Keep immediately. Tell Solace Keep.
Keep. To share with none.
Yes, the council will be thrilled. Everyone will be ecstatic. There'll be fresh water for our children and our elderly. We'll be able to plant crops. No, I can't tell them, can I? The desperate never know how to control themselves. They'll ruin this place.
Yes.
What do I do?
Tell the outcast, be content that you were right and never speak of this again. Tell your people, figure out the rest later. Or we can tell the outcasts. I do feel for the outcasts,
The
yeah.
outcasts? But why? They're outcasts. No, you're right. The people in Solus have the keep and each other. What do the outcasts have? I'll go find their leader and let them know this place exists. Andrew, have mercy on me.
They got the other water. They got I fixed the aqueducts and shit. They have water now.
You've been such a help. You've been such a help.
There is more to this place, though. I just can't get in right now. Where do we I think there is more. I can see it, but there's an invisible barrier blocking my path. Okay, I think now we can end it. Maybe when I come back, they will have, built up a whole base. Mount Fjorja Quarry is right here. Mount Fjorja, I don't know if you know this, it's a freaking volcano, so quarrying a volcano is it is ballsy, I'll give them that. Okay. We set up a camp right here. Okay. If I do anything else, I'll take my Order of Bane back. Thank you very much. Yeah, actually, what's up?
You know, I don't think I've ever seen so many books in one place.
Really?
And to think Elder Grigor was going to hide them away from everyone. I just wish I wasn't traveling with a man who agreed with him.
Paragunan books belong with the. She's a thief, Yatso.
And the monks are hoarders. What's the point of a library if no one can check out the books? No matter. What's done is done. I had just hoped that Pargroon knowledge could help the Pargroonan. Well, that's all I have to say on the matter, I suppose. Unless there's something else you wish to discuss? How can I help, darling?
You cannot.
Careful what you wish for, darling.
Oh, great.
So, they arrived.
Yes.
You sound. The Cardless are so. But in my care.
Is
Yes, about 10 years ago, suddenly. There was from what I can. There are even some. It seems like the.
Sabadell is the god.
Right, but
So yeah, this changed.
now that we know, well, rather, there's no hope you enjoyed. How can I help?
It's enough. Sorry, I
Don't
pressed
worry,
the wrong
I'll do.
button. Uh, can upgrade my Gambeson. You know what? Let's do it. It is now legendary. I have invested into it now. Go to 88 damage reduction. 3% extra is there plus 15%.
Kai,
Oh,
does the word Nemnok mean anything to you?
Nemnok.
Nemnok, the one who devours?
There were rumors of a cult in Deadfire that followed Nemnok. Some kind of tyrannical monster.
Interesting. One of my books refers to Nemnok as a god, the immortal eater of worlds.
Right. That sounds wonderful.
Another book refers to them as an imp, a tiny, foul-mouthed creature hurling insults.
Those sound like campfire stories. You can't believe everything you read.
It would be useful to have a god on our side, but perhaps not an imp god. That sounds like more trouble than it's worth.
Oh, you should be old enough to know that trouble can, from time to time, be very good.
Of course, he absolutely loves trouble. Any other dialogue that I want to listen to before I end the episode? Oh, come on, you can speak. I'm waiting here for you guys to speak.
Did you leave anyone back home?
No.
I left everyone I knew when I left. Thanks for mentioning it.
No, I mean, did you leave someone special?
Oh.
They're all special. That's the whole point of friends.
No, Did you leave a lover behind when you left home?
I love them all. They were like family to me.
He knows how to ignore it.
No, Wait. Are you messing with me, Marius?
She is.
Mess with you. Not blessed a likely.
Bravo, darling. I'm just happy to know you've got a sense of humor after all. Of course, I'll get my revenge soon enough.
Oh, that
Best
she
of
will.
luck to you.
Alright. Morris is catching on. Any other conversations? Anything at all? I mean, obviously they have tons, right?
What's that fragrance you're wearing?
Ambergris,
Oh.
from the guts of a dead leviathan. Why, do you like it?
Oh, don't get me wrong. I like it fine. But I think it's attracting spite flies.
Fight flies.
That explains the bites. Apologies, Marius. The aroma does tend to linger.
No. It's fine. I can handle a few spite flies. Just letting you know.
I'm never wearing this again.
I mean, it does come from a dead leviathan. That should, like, raise some, concern, I would think.
Okay, best food you've eaten. Go.
Best food.
Fury and Root Hog ribs.
Groot
Really?
ribs.
Fascinating. Why?
Why? Why do you need to know?
Well, I think you can learn a lot about someone from their favorite meals.
Is one of the options because it's delicious?
It can be
What did my answer tell you?
that you dislike answering what you perceive to be meaningless questions.
Wow. It's like you're a cipher or something.
Maybe she is. I mean, she's not. Come on. Crank on. Gotta be so many
You diving
conversations.
into ancient ruins doesn't make much sense to me.
Oh, getting this
You're
thing
going
out.
into some of the most deadly places in the lands. On purpose.
They're not any more dangerous than the rest of the living lands.
Right. But I'm there to keep people from making stupid mistakes. Like diving into ancient ruins on purpose.
Well, if you keep others out of the ruins, I have to go in. Who else will if I don't?
No one has to. If people were meant to go there, there'd still be people there.
Great.
Oh, you're so sweet for worrying, dear.
I mean, I swear to the Ascendant Gods, you're about as hard to read as a Valian romance novel.
So you've read those romance novels then? Should we start a book club?
Right, we're done here. I'll be over there doing something else.
Great. Alright, yeah. I mean, he was untrustful of her because she entered ruins all the time. So, yeah. Makes sense to have a conversation. That probably would have happened pretty early.
Would you like some ice, darling?
Oh?
I'm not drinking anything.
Well, I remember hearing an old wives' tale that when you're on the verge of panic, you hold some ice. It gives you something to focus on, apparently. I can magically whip up some for you if ever you need it.
Right. No thanks. I'm fine.
No need to bite my head off, darling. I'm only trying to help.
Gods, listen. I'm having a rough day and my porridge isn't sitting very well. Maybe I'll ask you for some ice later.
Alright.
However I can be helpful.
Lots of conversations between these two, huh? Marius and Yatsli. Have a lot to talk about.
Yatsley,
Oh,
why
more.
did I wake up to smell perfume in my bedroll this morning?
Don't tease, darling. We both know why.
No one else has complained about my smell.
I was attempting a more subtle approach.
Spraying strong perfume on my stuff isn't subtle.
Oh, is it too strong? I'll try another batch. Perhaps that'll be more to your liking.
Right, that won't be necessary.
Oh, trust me, it's necessary.
I mean, you did leave a book about when to shut up on her bed. So that's, you know. I think turnabout is fair play there. Talk more, come on.
Yatsley, did the godless believe anything about the stars? Any stories about the night sky?
There's an Aedyr myth that all stars are actually bonfires far in the distance, giving you a peek into the lives of others you'd otherwise never meet.
Fascinating.
Why do you ask, dearie?
There's a lot about the physical world we still don't understand. And I always wonder how much we've forgotten. Falling stars, for example, are rich with soul essence. We still don't know why.
Interesting.
I have a theory, but maybe I should keep it to myself.
Oh, well, you can't keep it to yourself now. Share.
Talking about forbidden lore is a good way to attract the wrong sort of attention. The hand occult, for instance.
Oh, the suspense is killing me, dearie.
Let's discuss it in private, when no one else is listening.
No point. You two are incredibly loud when you're gossiping.
This isn't gossip. It's academic discourse.
Either way, it's loud.
Ignore them, Jada. We're going to be as loud as we like.
I mean, I want to hear the theory of why falling stars have soul essence. What makes my gun so good, right? The gun's made out of freaking meteor steel or whatever. Alright, one last one before I
What's
leave.
that you're drinking?
Some tea from the Deerwood. It's got some Glanfathen name I've never been able to pronounce, but it's delightful.
I've never smelled anything quite like it.
See? Delightful, isn't it? And it tastes just as good if you'd like a cup.
Another time. I'll just sit here and enjoy the scent if you don't mind.
Suit yourself. More for me.
Alright. Well, we'll start working on. We have some stuff to do, right? Yeah, 3 of these. Oh, and nothing else. Magic Mistall can be upgraded at least. You know what? Superb quality 3. 23 damage. I'll at least do that. I do use it. I switch and use it quite a bit, and then little more Ardra Bane will do it. The Meteor Blade I'm hoping will automatically upgrade itself when I get the
When you were in the Navy, did you ever get shipwrecked?
shipwrecked.
Once. The seas were choppy, and we scraped the edge of a reef. Pretty far from any of our bases, unfortunately.
And when the rations ran out, did you...
Did I what?
Did you eat any of your crewmen?
Great. No.
We went fishing and harvested fire kelp. Why?
Cannibalism is supposed to be good for the soul. According to research, anyway.
Really?
What research?
I've also heard that sailors have appetites that can't be sated on land.
What?
Oh, I can attest to that.
Great.
Sometimes it's just about survival. You make different decisions when your life is on the line.
You people read too many adventure stories. Doesn't the thought make you queasy?
On the bright side, if we're ever short on supplies, it's useful to know who gets eaten first.
Great.
I've always thought that you looked good enough to eat, Kai.
Just remind me never to get on a ship with any of you.
Great. Alright, get me out of here. Any dreams for me? No dreams. Alright. So, we did that. There's stuff here as well. This entire, I think we'll go there first. We'll check out, you know what? Before I completely end everything, give me a second. Have they set up a base here? Because the Philippines should. Second in the, you haven't called them?
You've been such a help.
You gotta call them in and be like, hey man, let's set up like an entire camp here. It's an insanely good place to have. Anyway, we'll head here. And then probably down there, and then there's the entire ash forest here that we gotta explore. Get to the homecoming and kill Deathstool apparently. Keep history alive. It's alive. Galavain stuff. Official account of explorations. Sermon of struggle. Pay psalm to Boudica. Blacksmith knights. Writings of Sorana 5. I think we are done with the writing of Sorana. So what the hell was Deathstool? A particularly powerful reverend, Deathstool has been reported by Warden patrols. It has taken up home in the basin of the crater in the Ash Forest and poses a serious threat to the safety of the Wardens. Soliskeep is offering a healthy bounty for its head. And this also probably is somewhere around here. That's the Ash Forest, alright. There's a dagger there. And then go back there. This is also there. The lupine pelt will hit your core on the Ashen Tower where the sky did fall. Near the founder's head, these arrows find out of view where he is blind. Final shafts you shall seek in a silent village where spirits shall streak. Oh, that's probably in the village then. Probably in the lost village somewhere. I didn't find it though. Alright, for now we save here. And I'll see ya in the next one. My gun does look sick as hell though.